Big announcement here. Our second book, our sophomore book, Lady Secrets, Real, Raw, and Ridiculous Confessions of Womanhood, is available now for pre-order. Head over to theladygang.com/secrets to pre-order your book now. We're so excited about this. Thank you to our community who submitted all of their deepest, darkest secrets. And there's a couple sprinkled in there from yours truly and the other two dum-dums on this podcast. We love you guys so much for your support. We're so excited for you guys to read this. Head on over and order Lady Secrets at theladygang.com/secrets.
Well, what is this?
Welcome to the Lady Gang.
That's amazing. Say that again.
The Lady Gang.
Things are about to change around here.
Each week we catch up with Hollywood's hottest girl posse, Kelty Knight, Becca Tobin, and Jack Vanek.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Lady Gang. I am Becca Tobin here with Jack Vanek and Kelty Knight.
Wow.
Hello.
Ooh, that was gorgeous.
Sultry.
Sultry.
Okay, well.
That left me speechless, really.
Seriously. Actually, this isn't part of my Good Week, Bad Week. That's so perfect. It's time for...
Good week.
Yes, it is.
Bad week. Oh, no.
So I started working with a girl here in Austin who's young and hip and cool, and she's helping me like with my social media stuff and excuse me, sorry. So I said to her, I was like, hey, Lady Gang may need like some help down the line with some stuff just to make us cool and hip and young.
Yeah.
If you want to start listening to the podcast. So she started listening to the podcast and she comes over every Monday, and she came over yesterday and she goes, oh my God, Kelty makes the craziest noises on the podcast.
What?
I was like, what? She's like, I kept thinking it was like sound effects that were being plugged in. She makes crazy noises. And I was like, oh my God. And
Was
then
it sound effects though?
Wait,
do
no.
I
No, you do. It's usually you going from speaking into singing a word.
Yes.
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 With a really thick vibrato.
Yeah.
Unsteady vibrato.
Some would call that terrible singing, but I like that you're unsteady bravado.
But
I feel like you do it when you feel like there's space that needs to be filled in the air.
Yeah.
And you're like, let me just like kick it up a notch with this like half singing situation.
Yes. She gets the energy up.
I gotta
Love it.
pump.
Somebody's got to pump it up.
Yep.
Not gonna be me.
Okay. So that's my good week. I thought that was really funny, and it was just so perfect that you just did that. My bad week is that I've officially experienced taking a poop while holding a human.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Like cradling, or like what's the holding?
So I had him in the carrier because there's a certain time of the day that he gets really fussy. It's kind of between like his afternoon bottle and like bath time is at 6:30. So every baby is apparently getting all their energy out through like from the day at that time.
Yes.
So it's hard to get him chill at that point. And they say if you can get them to fall asleep for like 30 minutes, it's great. So the only way this kid will chill at that time of day is if he's in the carrier, because he likes to jostle around a little bit. He likes to hear music. We play whatever. We do our whole rigmarole.
Yeah.
So I'm doing it, and Zach leaves to go run some errands because he's sleeping, and it's like very peaceful and very zen in this house. And all of a sudden, I have the worst diarrhea cramps happening in my stomach.
Oh no.
And I was like, well, I can't take him out of the carrier. He will scream his face off. So I kept him in the carrier. I pulled my pants down, and with my child on my bosom, I proceeded to have a bowel movement. And it was very weird. It was a weird sensation.
What was his reaction?
He slept right through it.
Great.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So there
Do
you
you
go.
ever have a bowel movement on your phone? Like when you're on your phone?
I cannot be on my phone. Like I'll be on it on Instagram, but I can't talk on my phone. Like
I'm not talking. I'm talking like on your phone. Was it a similar sensation to like I'm doing two things at once?
No,
Or, no, it's different. Oh.
No, being on my phone is a very very relaxing to be on my phone and having the bowel movement. This was not relaxing. This was also, you're just trying not to wake him up, and then wiping he got extra jostled around, and but he slept right through it, which is great. But this is what women say when they're like, you can say goodbye to ever going to the bathroom by yourself because kids are just always around, and it's already started. So
had to rip the Band-Aid off somehow.
Humbling. Yes.
You're going to be so happy to go to New York with us and sleep in a room with all three of us. You'll be like, this is so peaceful.
I know, because you won't be crying, except...
Who knows?
I might cry. We don't know. We'll see how the day
There's
goes.
a good possibility. I think one of those nights in New York, we should do our job, what we need to do.
Yeah.
Go to dinner.
Yeah.
See a Broadway show, and like maybe get wasted one night.
Oh,
I'm never drinking
I'm down.
again, but maybe. Okay.
I'm never drinking again.
And eat some pizza.
Yeah. I love it. New York pizza.
Oh, it'll be summer in New York. I'm so excited.
Yep. Okay. I have a good week. Jack at some point told me that Jared was more nervous to meet me than he was to meet your parents.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're terrifying.
No, I know. I put it down as a good week. I wanted everyone to know because I think that's something you told me by myself. And I just want to let everyone know that Jared has admitted out loud that he was more afraid to meet Kelty than he was to meet Jack's family.
I believe it.
And now, I mean, I'm sure you're happy to know that Jared totally gets the Kelty hype and thinks that you're the most special snowflake in the entire world, whether that's from like the time that he's personally spent with you or just listening to our fucking podcast twice a week because he has to edit it. But like he's turned the page.
I don't know why he was scared. I would be more scared to meet a parent. Like you're f***ing his daughter. You know what I mean? Sorry. I'm just saying, like, that to me is so awkward.
He was scared to meet my parents, too. But, like, do you guys remember the first time that he met you guys? I'm pretty sure is when we did our first episode with him, that he was, like, a guest on the podcast.
Yeah.
And he, like, walked into your office, and there was no, like...
Yeah. There was no hi.
Yeah, you interrogated the shit out of him. He was so... And, like, Jared's really come into his own, like, from us dating.
Right.
Like, he was a lot more timid back then and, like, nervous. And, like, he was being recorded on what he was saying. So...
Yeah, and he passed. You passed the test. Congratulations, Jared. You passed.
He passed.
Do you know...
he did.
That makes me think that the reason we're all in successful relationships is because... If you look at a couple and if you look at both of those people and say, I bet you both those people would make great podcasts, it's bad. It's a bad combo.
Sure.
Yep.
Like only one star.
Only one star.
What we should do? Oh my God. My best idea ever.
Got the note?
One quickie. We're going to force Jerry, Zach.
Yes, just the three of them.
And Chris.
Oh my God.
To do a quickie. And it's going to be... And what we should do is we should have them do the quickie, and then we will interstitial place our commentary on like the awkwardness.
Yes.
Do we even like give them a note, or we're just go ahead?
I'll give them the rundown.
I'll give them the rundown. Yeah. Okay.
This is
I love this.
To be. That's a great way to like gauge if you should be with someone. It's like the whole thing where there's only one room for one star in a relationship.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
Kind of similar. So if you're the podcast
queen
person, don't go find another podcast person.
Nope.
No,
don't do it.
There can only be one.
Okay, my bad week is this. So I somehow have been signed up for this thing called Dolly. So Dolly is a delivery company in Los Angeles. I think it's around the nation. But it's all text message. So when they're getting ready to deliver your table or your Crate and Barrel or whatever you're getting, they send you a text message that's like, hey, your Dolly's going to be here in 30 minutes for your new order. And you're like so excited. So I don't know who this bitch is that signed me up with my phone number. Someone has signed my phone are up for Dolly, and they are ordering a ton of furniture. And every day, I swear to God, once a week, I get a notification that's like, your chair is arriving. And I get excited because I think, well, I must have ordered this last fall when I don't know what's coming. I'm waiting for it. And then nothing ever comes to my house. They text me things that I haven't ordered are arriving. I never ordered them. They never arrive. I never get any deliveries. I have no furniture. Good night.
Are you sure that somebody hasn't like hacked into your credit card and is actually ordering things on your card?
I did have my credit card hacked a few weeks ago at Sam's Club. By the way, if you're going to hack me, don't go to Sam's Club for $46. You lose
No,
it.
they
Well,
had to
that
do like a
means
little
they're
purchase.
in survival mode, so...
Or it means they're testing it out to see if you notice.
Right. Or they're trying to buy a TV. You know what I mean? Anyway, I noticed. So no, it's not that. They've fucked up a phone number and they're like, anyway, because sometimes I get called and people are like, is Dr. blah, blah, blah there? And I'm like, no.
Doctor.
Doctor business. Okay.
My turn.
Yep.
This is a couple weeks late because we pre-recorded a little bit during Superfan, but I went to Coachella, obviously. It was whatever. But guess who I ran into when I was there?
Who?
Chris Knight.
Oh, yes.
And not only did I run into Chris Knight, he ditched whoever he was with, and he hung out with Jared, me, and my friend Kendra for hours. It was just us and Chris hanging out. We got food, we got shots, we were watching Megan Thee Stallion. Like, he just was part of our group for a good 3 hours.
That's amazing.
Isn't it great when you're at festivals with him because you can really see what the line is doing?
What do you mean what the line is doing?
He's
The
so
food
tall.
line, he knows how many people are in front of you. He can tell the lines because he's so tall.
Yeah. He has that vantage point.
Yeah.
But,
Yes.
but yeah, it was so cute. I meant to just be like, hey, Chris, good to see ya. And he was like, so I'm going to hang out with you now. We're like, okay.
Yeah,
come
I
on,
think he
come
went
on.
to Coachella alone. I'm not going to lie. I was not available. He went with a friend, but I think he
But
went
did he?
alone. I don't think he did. I think he went alone. So thank you for
Do you
taking
think he's
him.
cheating on you?
Sometimes, but I don't know. I mean, yeah.
Obviously not, if he went and hung out with Jerry and Jack.
Yeah.
Unless he was trying to establish an alibi, who knows?
Right. I was with Jared and Jack all day.
It was
No, you were
weird
not.
how he was very, very very into hanging out with us. I was like, okay.
I think honestly he just is very lonely because I've been in work mode for almost 2 months straight and have not even been how was your day? I've just been so laser focused on myself.
Yeah.
So he probably was like, oh my God, someone's asking me how I am. This feels so nice.
Oh, well, we took him under our wing. He was very sweet.
Good.
Okay, my bad week, I'll be fast. Do you guys remember a couple episodes ago and we were talking about pets or something, and I was saying how I had a pet eel when I was a
Yes.
kid? Do you guys
Yes,
remember this?
I hate
Yes,
this
of
part.
course. I hate this story. Yeah.
No, you won't hate it anymore. So my parents listen to this podcast sometimes, which is so fucking crazy.
Yeah. Hey.
And they came to visit me recently, and on the way up, they listened to that episode of the podcast. And my mom was like, yo, we listened to the podcast when you were talking about your pet eel. And she's like, you never had a pet eel.
What?
I made this memory up.
What?
I made it up. It never happened. But I specifically
Didn't it
remember.
have a name?
I didn't remember the name, probably because it didn't
Probably
exist.
'cause it didn't exist.
I specifically remember having this pet eel. I remember exactly where the fish tank was. I remember taking care of it and feeding it. I completely made this entire scope of memories up. And now that makes me really scared for all of the other memories that I have as a child. Are they real or are they imaginary?
I'm not going to lie. I thought it was fucking weird. I don't think you can have a pet eel.
No. It was mini.
can.
It was this big.
I don't think you can have a mini
Yes.
eel. I don't think they exist.
Yes, you can.
Yes, they're you can get these tiny
Go to,
eels at the fish
PetSmart
store
right now. And
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I thought I had. I didn't think I had a massive 3-foot eel. I thought I had a little eel that was in with the other fish. And I still think I do, that maybe my mom doesn't remember.
I feel like if your dad didn't video it, it did not happen.
Bingo.
I need to fucking find this video. You guys, I swear, I have specific memories, but apparently, now who knows? Who knows? But what is real, you know?
What is real?
Real. When we
What
come
is-
back, the real one is with us. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. LadyGang is brought to you by Shopify, who also, we use Shopify. If you've ever bought anything from theLadyGang.com, you've used Shopify. Shopify is an all-in-one commerce platform that helps you start, run, and grow your business. Shopify gives entrepreneurs the resources once reserved for big businesses so you can sell everywhere, synchronize online and in-person sales, and effortlessly stay informed. Scaling your business is really endless, and what's so great is that in the past, small businesses businesses like ours, they had to spend like hundreds and thousands of dollars to get someone to design this web store, and then it was clunky and it didn't really work, and you couldn't have all the things like the insights and track where people are coming from and reward them and do newsletters and all these things. Like now you can get that, and it's really cool. So whether you're selling stuff on Etsy that you made with your Cricut, or you have like a real legit business, or you're making skincare, or whatever you're doing, Shopify can help you. So go to shopify.com/LadyGang, all lowercase, for a free 14-day trial and get full access to Shopify's entire suite of features. Grow your business with Shopify today. Go to shopify.com/LadyGang right now. Shopify.com/LadyGang.
So the 2022 wedding boom is real, and Birdie Gray makes it easy for brides to find the perfect bridesmaids dresses all under $100. All of Birdie Gray's bridesmaid dresses are priced at $99. They have chiffon dresses that are perfect for a traditional bridal party. They also have sexy satin gowns that you can totally double as a wear again option if you're attending 10 other weddings. And let me tell you something. People always say that, oh, you can wear it again. It's so cute. They never mean it, and you're never going to wear it again. But I'm telling you, I went on this website and I would wear one of these dresses without being a bridesmaid to other weddings. The satin dresses are so chic. Their color selection is curated to make mix and match easy, and the online shopping experience is so fun to filter through various colors and fabrics. Check out their best-selling convertible dress in sea glass. You can wear it over 15 ways. You can try Birdie Gray for yourself by visiting birdiegray.com. Check out their curated assortment of $99 bridesmaid dresses. Plus, if you're a bride looking to nail that bridal party look, you can get 3 swatches for free. And just for listeners, they'll also throw in free shipping in the U.S. with your swatch order with promo code LADY. That's Birdie Gray, BIRDYGREY.com, promo code LADY.
This episode of LadyGang is brought to you by BetterHelp. I literally need some BetterHelp. I'm on the verge of a meltdown, and I can't wait until my 4 o'clock video chat appointment with my therapist today. Listen, life can be very overwhelming, and I know that there's probably a part of you inside you that's like, God, I really need someone to talk to and vent and figure out some life skills to get me through this good and bad part of my life. It's really scary to like Google a therapist and not know if they're great and have to drive to their place, and it's just all so awkward. And that's why BetterHelp is a dream product. It's a customized online therapy place that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist. So you don't have to see anyone on camera. If you want to like hide with mascara running down your face and not turn your camera on, you absolutely can, or you just call them on the phone or just chat, even if you don't even want to use your voice. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. That means by the time you hear this and you hear the next episode of LadyGang, you could already be into your therapy journey. LadyGang listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/LadyGang. That's BetterHelp, BetterHelp.com/LadyGang.
Now back to the Lady Gang.
Our guest today is an actress, podcast host, radio host, comedy icon, the host of F-Boy Island. She's had multiple solo comedy specials, the queen of Comedy Central roasts, plays sold-out shows all over the place, and now is finally doing what we've always wanted from her. She's just being herself. Her new show, Welcome Home Nikki Glaser, ? Airs Sunday nights on E!, and we can't believe she agreed to come back on LadyGang after I motorboated her tits on LadyGang TV, but here she is, and we're on a Zoom so everyone's safe. Please welcome back to the podcast, Nikki Glaser.
I'm so glad to be back.
Welcome.
That was a great moment for me, you motorboating me. That was so wild.
It was a wild time.
That was, talk about real, you know, like you going into that and not really being familiar with you guys. You guys were just, it was like I was joining just a party. Like there was nothing. That's why we love you, you know, and that's probably why your fans love you, is that you know, you're part of the system of being a celebrity and being in this world where everything is kind of fake, but then you keep it real when, you know, with your fans, and like, yeah, and you just have fun, and you guys, yeah, that was a great day.
That was like an episode of Bad Girls Club.
It was.
Well, because usually we would have to kind of pull it out of our guests.
You're
We'd have
the only
to be
good
like,
guest we had.
yeah, we're like, oh, okay, we don't have to do anything. And also, she's outshining us so much.
Oh my God.
But congratulations on your show on E!
Yeah, but please, let's talk about my reality show.
No, but this is really interesting.
It's real.
I thought I literally thought it was fake. I was like, oh, she's so smart. When I heard the announcement of the show, like whatever last year when you announced it, I was like, she's so smart. She went in and she was like, okay, I have a pitch for a show, guys.
Like a mockumentary kind of thing.
What if I go back home to St. Louis and live with my parents? And then as it's been coming out and I've been watching clips and like, that's what you actually did. Like you're in St. Louis right now.
I watched it all
so
on your
funny
Instagram.
you say that, Kelty. Yeah, I'm in St. Louis right now. Because I've been promoting this and it's so funny because everyone in our business kind of says on the side to me, after I'll do an interview with them about the show and they'll go, so where are you now? And I go, wait, St. Louis. What did you just not? And they go, wait, that's real? And I go, yeah, what? But it's so funny that we just don't, we know how fake everything is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we are a part of it and we just know. And that's honestly why I wanted to make a show, is because I knew that if I was ready to do it and really do it, which I didn't get ready for it until probably 2 years ago when I really took hold of my like eating disorder and like cleared up my life of all the secrets I was holding, because I would not do the show if I had anything to hide.
Yeah.
Because my life was a mess before, even though I looked on the outside like fine. And I talked so openly and you're like, she's not hiding anything. She's honest. So I felt that it was only something that I wanted to do once I really had nothing to hide. And I think that getting like really honest about all the stuff that I was really ashamed of, which came to the surface during COVID when my life got kind of quiet in terms of work. I suddenly like my relationship with food and my body got like really loud and I had to like deal with it finally. And then after dealing with it and getting, recovered, but still always every day dealing with it. Today, I am like really struggling because of this Kim Kardashian being like, I lost 16 pounds in 3 weeks by doing this thing. And I'm like, if I'm struggling with this, with my amount of recovery, do the Kardashians have some kind of stake in a eating disorder recovery center? Because they're
that was so bad.
They're going to send so many girls. There are going to be a decade from now, because of this diet that she has been talking about, there are going to be girls who are just jettisoned into the throes of a crippling eating disorder that might take some of their lives. I mean, this is dangerous shit, and I'm so fired up about it today. I'm so annoyed. But at the same time, I'm sad for Kim Kardashian because she still has to live that life. I'm not living that life anymore. It's a struggle every day, but because of it, I get to call this kind of behavior out, and I get to do a reality show where I get to be myself, flaws and all, and I'm kind of okay with it because I had to deal with it.
That's amazing. And so well said.
That's why I wanted to do the show, is just because I really could have benefited from someone that I lump a lot of perfection onto back when I was in high school in the 2000s, like just going like, I'm actually kind of a mess. Like, here's my room. Or like just showing some side of themselves that I could see myself in, because I just thought I was like a stained person growing up. Like there's something inherently gross about me, something inherently wrong. And like, it would have just been nice to see the inside of Jennifer Aniston's purse on a bad day. You know what I mean? Like something that dumb that, because I think that when celebrities, I think we're back in the 90s, 2000s, there was no like, this is the real me. Now we have a lot of, this is the real me, but it's still bullshit. It's still like no makeup. And you're like, you're wearing a tinted moisturizer and you're wearing brown mascara. That's not no makeup. And you did a filter. Like, so then girls feel even worse because they go, well, she's saying she's real. I mean, I used to be able to just convince myself that was hair and makeup and special effects, but now she's telling me that's real and I can't. And all she uses is Vaseline at night on her face. No, she gets threads put into her scalp and pulled back, and she goes away to Belize to heal for 8 weeks. And we don't see that happen because she took pictures in advance that she could put out while she's away with straws in her face, sucking out the blood that's dripping out. We don't see that side of it. We constantly compare ourselves and we're not getting the full story. Yeah. And I just wanted to give the full story because I started just hearing that people being like, oh my God, you're so perfect. I want to be you. Not that anyone really thinks that of me on a massive scale, but having certain fans be like, your legs, oh my God, your skin is so good. As soon as that started coming in, I was like, no, I cannot allow anyone to think that I am anything but a lot of spray tan and, dewy setting spray, fake eyelashes. Like it's all a lie.
I do believe you should be able to, like, I hope that in all of this, you also can celebrate the times when you're like crushing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, That's the only, and I say this as someone who needs to crush or else I like cry.
Yes.
But like, it's like, yes, you're real. Yes, it's spray tan, but like sometimes it's okay to just enjoy hot Nikki.
Oh,
like
I
Nikki in the
totally
legs,
agree.
like, because you've worked your fucking ass off. When I was going down your IMDb to like research and get this episode together, I was like, this woman has been fucking hustling. You know what I mean? Like you have been on so many things. You have had a few misstarts, a few things go your way, a few things not go your way. Like if you want to wear a dress and get a spray tan and have beautiful legs, like I also want you to be able to celebrate yourself.
Totally. Thank you. And that is also my messaging of like, celebrate looking hot. Like it's okay to be like, I look hot, because I think a lot of times, right, like just like you're saying, like there have been times where I have looked fucking amazing, like model-esque, like really hot. I've been like stressed out in my life, so I lose a little weight that's a little too much. Then I look like I sometimes have looked like a model, and I've been like, oh my god, I could like be a model. Like you have those thoughts. I've nailed it before, and then I get comments like, as soon as you get too hot or you feel yourself too much, you get, just be funny. You're a comedian. Stop this. From people who are jealous and I'm one of those people too. Whenever I see someone like putting in the effort and it's paying off, I'm like, God, not that I could not look like that. I'm not like, oh, I'm shit and they're cool. I'm just like, I just don't want to put in that work, because looking hot takes work. And sometimes you don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you are busy and your life is just chaotic. And so you go, God, I want everyone else to wear sweats. I want everyone else to like, dress down and just not wear makeup. And I get I've had that before from girls of just like, no, you don't need to be a model, Nikki. Like, you're funny enough. Like, your personality is great. Like, this is really a sad look for young girls and a bad example to young girls. And I go, you know what's a bad example to young girls is acting like being hot doesn't matter, because guess what? It still fucking does. Gaslighting us into thinking that the body positivity movement saved everything and that I'm not still susceptible to wanting to be hot and wanting to cater to the male gaze is just as harmful to young girls than saying I like feeling hot because it makes guys like horny for me, and guys have power, and sometimes they give me things because they think I'll blow them or something. I'm not going to, but like sometimes I get stuff because men want to fuck me, and I kind of like it because and they go, but your talent could get you that. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes men literally only give jobs to someone who will f them. They don't care about talent because it doesn't matter. Like, the show is going to be the show. They're still going to get paid their salary. Why not have a girl they have a flirtation with? That shit still matters. It's gross. I wish it didn't. But denying it and acting like everything's fine is not the solution for young women.
Yeah.
I was just at a dinner with friends, and this girl who's very beautiful got cast in something, but she's not really an actress. She's sort of an Instagram model, influencer, whatever. She's beautiful. And my friend is friends with one of the producers, and he was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh, that's cool that she got the role. In my mind, I'm like, why did I go to like 85 years of acting classes? Why did I spend all this money? Like, how did I not get this job? And he's like, oh yeah, he really wants to try to fuck her. Like, just point blank.
Still going on.
He wants to fuck her. I'm like, oh, okay. So we're like really not
like a tale as old as time, you know?
Tale as old as time.
And honestly, you can't. I don't even blame them, because you know what? It's just the way it is. Men want to fuck things, and if they think they have a chance, like it does. And you know what? Even if he didn't want to fuck her, he might have given her the role because she's just more fuckable to the audience they're trying to get to watch.
I literally just wrote an essay in our new book about this exact thing. I was like, all I want to be is fuckable. Like, just not. I'm just holding on to my fuckability.
I completely agree. Yeah. I always say I would give up my ability. I would give up my sense of humor. I would give up my ability to talk to look like Giselle. I wouldn't need it. I could just grunt at things and people would give them to me. Do we know what Giselle sounds like when she talks? True. We're kind of like, no, please stop.
No idea.
I was just talking to a friend of mine, and we both worked with this one actress who is so beautiful, like fucking stunning, movie star looks, but she's really like in the talent department, phoning it in, not really like the person. And she continues to put herself out there and like do these things and like in all genres, like and seemingly succeeding at things she's not good at. And I was talking to my friend and I was like, what is happening? And she goes, she's beautiful. She is one of the most beautiful people you've ever seen. She casts a spell on everyone. So when she's like, oh my God, yes, I can fucking sing, everybody believes
like, yeah.
it. 'Cause she's
Yes.
so stunning.
And they think she sounds good too. Like
They do.
and I do fear losing my. I mean, we all do. You were just talking about Kelty, like fearing becoming older equals unfuckable. I mean, or whatever men deem to be unfuckable. I fear it so much. And everyone goes, "No, Nikki, you're going to be the next Joan Rivers." And I go, "Do you know that no one liked Joan Rivers before she died? Do you remember how men used to talk about her? Like, oh, shut up, old lady. Why is she still in the red carpet?" Like, people were annoyed with her. And then she died. She died under a surgery, trying to stay young, by the way, trying to be what all of us wanted her to be. And then we go, she's a saint. She was a legend. There were some gay guys and people with taste who liked her before she died, but mostly it was like, God, go away. And it's like, same with just any old woman. We let like one in, but then the rest we're just like, no. And there's no, it's just, they don't. And I'm just like, yeah, I hope I'm Joan Rivers too. Yeah, I hope I die trying to be what you want me to be. I die doing what you love.
So insane.
A friend of mine just did a big press tour for something, and she was going to all the like late night talk shows and blah, blah, blah. And she's very naturally pretty. She hasn't with her face. Yeah. And she sat down next to one of the top like late night guys, and he looked at her and he was like, oh my God, like he's surprised. And she's like, oh, what? And he's like, you have a real face. He goes, do you know how long it's been since I have seen someone with a real face?
Oh my God.
No.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
That's the most insane shit.
Well, have you watched The Bachelorette or Bachelor from like 20 years ago?
Oh,
you know,
it's
like
crazy.
15. These women look so old, just different.
Yeah.
Faces have changed. I mean, I put filler in my face. I do Botox. It changes your face. It's hot for now because we've adapted.
That's why I love the Real Housewives, because they get all the shit done, but then they sit down at their reunion and they tell Andy everything they did.
Yes.
It's so fucking refreshing. Like Shannon Bedore was like, oh yeah, the doctor called after my facelift and he called my boyfriend and said, I have never seen so much loose skin on someone's face. I'm like,
oh my God.
Yes, this is incredible. Like, it's just so refreshing.
I want to remember women used to lie about dyeing their hair. It used to be very like shameful and like, oh no, this is my natural color. I hope that we get to a place with plastic surgery and, cosmetic stuff where we can be as honest about dyeing our hair. I would have no problem saying that I dye my hair. But for some reason, admitting I have filler, there's a little part of me that's like, oh, people are going to be mad at me for trying to be hot because it's vain and it's shallow. And, I wish it was just the same as wearing makeup. Like, yeah, I'm wearing eyeliner. But there's some secret about it. And celebrities lie so much.
Well, they're liars. They're dirty liars.
This episode of LadyGang is brought to you by Callie, my dog. I will do anything to keep Callie healthy. As you know, Callie really likes to eat, and she will at times overeat. So I actually came up, when I got my new bag of Jinx dog food, I got the best idea to do with the kibble. So when I give her dinner now, what I'm doing is I'm taking my Jinx, the clean ingredient kibble, and I'm putting it in this little ball that I got, and you have to spin the ball with your nose, what Callie does. One by one, the little kibbles come out. And so normally you do that with treats, right? But I'm doing it with her dinner, and so she's active through eating her dinner. That's what I love. Jinx is designed for dogs by pet parents. Jinx offers 100% satisfaction guarantee. Every recipe is crafted with easy-to-digest proteins like organic chicken, 20-plus superfoods like pumpkin, carrots, and cranberries, plus probiotics for added gut health support. Try Jinx today and get 15% off your first 2 orders online at thinkjinx.com/lady. Your dog deserves a healthier food that they actually want to eat and can feel good about. Visit thinkjinx.com/lady. That's THINKJINX.com/lady. Today's episode of LadyGang is sponsored by CBDX. If you love hemp and health and wellness, then you need to know about the latest, coolest thing that's sweeping the market. It's called Delta 8 THC. It feels just like cannabis, and you can find it right now at CBDX.com. Plus, in addition to Delta 8, CBDX offers vape products, gummies, concentrates, and of course, actual flower known as bud. CBD is great for so many things. I love it for putting in my tea to sleep. I love it for pain. I love it for a variety of things, and I'm a big fan. So just head to CBDX.com and use the code LADY for 20% off your first order. That's huge. And guess what? Thanks to the 2018 Farm Bill that was passed in Congress, it's all perfectly legal. Orders ship within 24 hours, and they ship to 39 states. Trust me, they are CBD-lightful. Just head to CBDX.com and use code LADY for 20% off your first order. Do not drive or operate machinery while using these products, and please be responsible. If you're like me, you love renovations, you love the idea of redecorating your space, but wouldn't it be great if you could actually see your interior design ideas come to life? That's why I love Redecor. Redecor is an interior decorating mobile game that is so much fun to play in bed when you're hanging out at night trying to calm down. Redecor is a great creative outlet that lets your imagination run wild. Experiment with different colors, materials, and textures as you design room after room. It's so cute, and you can vote and rank with your friends, and it's just like a fun place to find inspiration and connect with others who share your passion for home decor and renovations, like Fix Our Ballet, but an ad. The graphics are so realistic and detailed, you're able to customize every piece. They've got style guides, tricks, tips, advice for decorating. You can submit your best designs and reap rewards if you come out on top. So practice your interior design skills and express your creativity with Redecor. Download Redecor for free on the App Store or Google Play Store. That's Redecor, Redecor, on the App Store or Google Play Store. Enjoy!
You're listening to the Lady Gang.
Let me ask you this about the new show. How much of like your career is you just manifesting and you being evil genius and being like, I'm like, you are the top at what you do. You know what I mean? It's like, how much of that comes from just the hustle and being there? How much of it comes from having like a team, other people that believe in you that can like build with you? That's
a good point.
Because I guess my question is like, we don't really have a team here at LadyGang. Like we're us. Yes. And then like, there's been a million times where like an agent or a manager is like, oh, maybe we could. And you're like, you always wonder like how much of it is just like your hustle and your talent. And then how much of it is like, there's like is there an Oz behind the curtain that's like,
I'm not going to say there's not a team, because those people work really hard and I pay them a lot to make the calls on my behalf. But I have to say that like every show I've ever had has been like either my idea or the person that I created it with's idea, who is not someone on my team. So like this reality show was me. I mean, there was 2 years ago, I think I realized I wanted to start getting into reality because I was auditioning for scripted stuff. I'm not an actress. That's why I'm a comedian. I would be an actress if I was good at it. And if I was good at auditioning, enjoyed the art of it. I just don't. But I always wanted to be on TV, and that's what led me to be a comedian, because I failed at everything else. And I was auditioning, spending so much time on coaching and memorizing, and I would go and I would bomb. I never even got callbacks. It was just humiliating and a waste of time. So I just said, no more auditions. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm only going to take, people can offer me things, which is not going to happen, but whatever. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, wait, all the TV shows I watch are reality. I don't even like scripted TV. I don't know why. I just don't get into it. And so I wrote an email to my agents being like, I want to do a reality show. I don't know what. It's embarrassing to say that, because it's just then you think you're worthy of a reality show. What's your life?
Oh, but you are.
Every network has been pitched a comedian on the road and what their life is. And so I've heard don't pitch that. Don't pitch you on the road. And I always wanted to be like the Bachelorette. I always wanted to be on a dating show, and because I just felt like I'll be real. I'll just be. And it'll be easier for me to be myself on camera than it is anywhere else. I just thought I would be good at it. And then I got asked to do F-Boy Island, which, when they first asked me, I literally thought they were asking me to be one of the girls on the show, like a contestant. And I was so excited. And I was like, yes,
you would have been
1,000 times yes.
Shut up. Really?
And then they were like, so with hosting, we think you should take a funny, and I'm like, host? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm wiping my tears, because I really thought, I was like, finally I'm the subject of something. But I was glad to.
I would have loved that though.
I would have loved it. So I decided, okay, I'll just pitch a show that'll be like my Bachelorette, on my terms, me dating people, me being single in St. Louis, because I was living in St. Louis during the pandemic, and I just kind of started putting my parents on Instagram, and I'm like, wow, people seem to like them. They're really funny. As soon as I put the camera on, they don't have to learn a line. I don't have to tell them anything. I just kind of thought this is something. And so, but I will say though, that I attribute most, if not all of my success to just saying yes to things, showing up, doing things I'm really scared of embarrassing myself over not being scared, being terrified of failing, but failing a lot. You know, saying yes to Dancing with the Stars, lasting one episode. It was the most embarrassing moment of my life. That saying yes to throwing out the first pitch the other day at the Cardinals game, even though I don't like sports. Balls make me very intimidated because I can never catch them. I always look, guys laugh at me. People are just like, God, you are just like special needs with sports. But I said yes to it because I don't want to have a time. I know in 10 years I'll like myself enough to be like, throw the first pitch. It's a funny story. Like, who cares? I'll be mad at myself now if I didn't do that. Yeah. So I think a lot of just being willing to make mistakes and also really stupidly saying yes to things where I go, I can't do that. Why did I say yes to that? And it also comes from like having the confidence that I can put in the work that to be good at the last minute because I'm a procrastinator, but also really coming from a place of like low self-esteem, to be honest with you. Like I struggle with like feeling deserving, imposter syndrome, all the things that you wouldn't attribute to me from looking at me. Everyone's always like, you're so confident. And I guess in many ways I am, but it's all hard work. I mean, there's no like, I was just born with it, baby. Like I was like not talented at all when I was a kid. I wanted to be something so badly, but I just had no talents. I would audition for plays. I would get Jewish Townsperson B and Anne Frank. Like I was always getting, and I cared so much. And I felt unseen and unheard. But now I know that my talent is telling the truth. That's always what serves me whenever I get into any kind of spot where I feel, if I'm bombing on stage, if I'm telling a joke and it doesn't go well, I just stop and take a pause and just say, okay, just say what's true right now. And I go, that joke bombed. These pants are too tight. I regret wearing this shirt. You guys came here expecting me to be like the roast queen. And you're like, she's not that good. You're like probably going to ask for your money back. And then all of a sudden they love it. People love the truth. And it's really hard for people to tell the truth. And it isn't for me. So as soon as I found out that I had that talent, I just went with it, because to me, it's not talent. It's just like a type of autism I have, I think. Honestly, like I think my brain just does
superpower.
Yeah. But that I was born with. I don't know. I didn't manifest it, but everything else is truly talent is mostly hard work and showing up.
I'll also say, being your fan for years, and I do think you're the roast queen, even though you may not feel that way. But I also think that you just know deep in your heart when you're a fan of comedy and comics that like they're the darkest people on the planet. So yes. Like I feel like I think you're enjoyable because you know that you're like blonde and cute and like you seem so confident, but I was like, there's shit brewing. Like there's shit underneath there, because you don't get to be that good at like reflecting the world if you are not like, I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's like I think comedians are the most fucked up people. No offense.
Because we are. We really are. And I'm so glad that you know that. I mean, I am not, any comedian who has self-esteem, I have no interest in watching them. It's bullshit, because you would not be funny if you actually liked yourself, because being really funny and pursuing it as a career, it's a defense mechanism, because it's, you think you're shit, so you're going to make fun of things before people can make fun of you. Right. And it's, when you're a comedian, you tell a joke, laughter comes back. Okay, they like me. Tell another joke, laughter. It's not singing a song for 4 minutes and being like, well, I hope they like it. Yeah. That to me is very uncomfortable. I need constant validation. People like me. It's an insecure thing. Now that I've worked on myself and I actually do like myself, like I watch my reality show now and I'm like, oh my God, she is, because I've never watched myself not performing, even stand up, even though it's conversational and these are my real thoughts.
Still the act.
There's an act to it. There's the lights and the camera. Watching myself on this reality show, I am overwhelmed with it's like looking at a picture of yourself when you're a little girl and going like, oh, she's just trying her best. Look at that cutie. Like, I really love myself now. From watching the show the other night, I'm like, she looks like shit there, but girl, she's trying her best, and she's just a sweet girl. She's adorable, and she deserves love. And I don't know, it's been really nice to see that side of myself, and because I was worried that I'd be like, oh, you stand like that? Oh, you're not as thin as you think you are. Oh, you're not as pretty. Like, that was a bad choice with that Botox there. Like, but instead I just go, oh man, that's not a cute look. And I just go, oh, look at her try. She's a cutie. Like, it's this loving approach to judgment as opposed to what the is wrong with you, you know? And I look like shit on this show, like a lot. And I'm so proud of it. Like, I look like hell. I look faces of meth in some scenes, like really bad. But like, you would even for a mugshot be like, she couldn't like put on some BB cream for that. But it's bad. And I'm really proud because we're in the spot of the Kardashian show and you're not used to that. It's all soft focused, really nice lighting, hours of hair and makeup. And I really made sure before the show started that I would not buy new clothes, clean my room, or put on makeup unless I was already going to be doing that day for that, like for that the thing we were doing. If I would wear it there, I would like nothing extra.
Yeah.
Today I got a press picture sent to me for F-Boy Island 2, like the poster. And I'm in it with like these, you know, the three girls that are the main leads. They're a decade and a half at least younger than me. But one of my publicists said, hey, just want to show you this promo photo before it goes live or whatever. And do you want us to tell them, like, your arm doesn't look as skinny as we know your arm is. Do you want us to tell them to fix that? And I was like, no, I want you guys, I told them, I was like, the message here is I never Photoshop my size, ever. I will not wear hair extensions. There's certain things I do. I wear eyelash extensions, like fake eyelashes, tons of makeup. I paint my skin with Sally Hansen tan spray. I'm fake in many ways, but I'm so insecure about my thinning hair during COVID that I swore I'd never wear hair extensions again because I realized everyone on TV wears them and it makes it like warps your view of what real hair is supposed to be. So that's my like gift to the world. Is like, I won't Photoshop my image. And that's easy for me to say. I'm a skinny woman. I get it. But, you know, that's like all I can do is just kind of try to keep it real as much as possible. And I'm just doing it for myself because I really could have used it in high school. I just thought everyone was so perfect and I was just such trash. Like, it's still in me.
Well, she's not trash. Everyone in the Lady Gang, let's support our friend Nikki, her new show, Welcome Home Nikki Glaser, question mark?
I know there's a question mark, yes.
So weird.
Am I there to stay? Is this real?
Yeah. It's Sunday nights at East. She literally is in St. Louis. She's at her apartment. She was at her parents'. She's just trying to win the world over hair extension free. We love you. Congratulations on the show. We will be tuning in.
Thank you guys for letting me talk so much. You're so sweet.
Our
breath of fresh air.
listeners are going to love this very much.
I love you guys so much. I mean, I've followed you ever since I did your show and like love all your content, love how you guys keep it real. And I'm excited to have your fans maybe know about me for the first time and maybe check out my podcast too. I do a podcast every day called the Nikki Glaser Podcast and it's just every day. You can join whenever. And yeah, thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you.
Love you.
Thanks for coming.
Right.
Thanks for listening. The Lady Gang is produced by Alex Ingber, Steve Delameter, and Jared Monaco. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and review our podcast. And if you love it, share it with your friends on social media. Like, oh my God, I just listened to Lady Gang. This episode's so great. Swipe up to listen. And if you really want to, which we know you do, please follow us on social. At Kelty, at Becca, at Jack Vanek, and at The Lady Gang. Sign up for our newsletter at theladygang.com and join our secret Facebook group. It's super fun. See you next Tuesday.
Stream the biggest movies and TV shows for free on Pluto TV. Watch movies like Titanic and G.I. Joe: The Rise of Cobra, plus TV shows like CSI and Star Trek: The Next Generation. Starting this month, check out the 24/7 Stargate channel exclusively on Pluto TV. Plus hundreds of channels and thousands of movies and TV shows absolutely free. Download the free Pluto TV app on your favorite streaming device and start watching today.